Hello everyone, this is Danza, and today we're gonna analyze 30 plus 30, a classical game on lichess.org. So let's start the game. Here my opponent played d4, Yan L, 1961 rated player. First time we played, and I replied with d5, c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6, bishop g5, and bishop e7 to break the pin, and e3. So I castled, bishop e d3, knight b d7, knight f3, and h6. So here my opponent played bishop h4 and I played c6, just to strengthen the center in case if c takes d, then c takes d. And they castled. I played rook e8, which was not that accurate according to engine, but for humans it's rook. It's preparing to make the moves like knight f8, or in some cases bishop f8. Let's say if they capture on f6, I would capture with my knight and put my bishop back on f8, thus defending the g7 square. Here my opponent played b3 and I played b6, making room for my bishop, and he played rook c1, and I continued my plan with bishop b7 and knight e5. Here they played, and I'm not sure that this was necessary. This was I'm not sure he was whether he was ready to play knight e5 or not. So I thought that I took it as an possibility to break their center. So I took on e5 and de, and knight d7, bishop takes e7, queen takes, and f4. So now I have possible square on f5, and also because that their d pawn is no longer on d4, so there is also a room for my queen or for my knight on c5. So I put my queen over there on c5, getting on the diagonal on the king, and thus I'm preventing them to play e4 somehow. So and also threatening to take on e3. So here my opponent played queen e2, And now I played d5, I mean d5, d4, which was not that accurate because of the move, in between move, knight e4, threatening my queen. So I cannot take on e3. So which my opponent played a good move, and I played bishop b4, I mean queen b4. And after that, my opponent just took on d4, and I put my rook on d8, rook a to d8 to attack the center. So here, which was I'm not sure if my e rook to be placed on d8 was maybe a better move, since this knight is forking my rook and bishop. So yeah, here I made a little mistake, and I decided to give up my rook, since their knight on d6 is very strong. So I give them an exchange. So my opponent took on e8, and I took on e8. Yes, I'm exchange down, but my position is pretty solid, I thought. And my plan was to defend well, to hold the position and make a draw, actually. And here my opponent played e4, queen e4, threatening mate in 1. I mean, not, yeah, mate in 2. Queen h7, king f8, and here. It's actually not a mate threat, but I will lose at least the g7 pawn. So, which is not good. So I defended with knight f8. And here my opponent played f5, which might be a good move. So the threat is capture, and the rook is has a open file to play. So it's, or they will play even f6 to break my king side pawns. So it will weaken the h6 pawn. So I took on f5, and they took with the queen. And here I had a tempo move. No, actually, first I have to defend the f7 pawn, and then my opponent trying to double up the rook. It's a simple plan, and attack the f7. So here I had one tempo move, bishop c8, and queen f3, and queen c8, c7, I mean, to defend the c6 pawn. And also eyeing on the e4, just in case if any d5 move comes. And rook c f1, And here I played rook up to e7 to defend my f7 square, and bishop e4, attacking the c6 pawn, and bishop d7 to defend, and queen g3, which is kinda looks kinda active move maybe, but I was not sure since there is no potential threat to take on h6 or any. I didn't see any plan to attack the g7 square. G7. So here I defended my f7 pawn with my bishop. And here, yes, rook f6 is playable, but the threat is to take on h6, but I just simply move my king, thus they cannot take or make any sacrifices. And my knight it's important that defending those light squares around my king. And rook f4, since I'm threatening to take the rook. And c5, I'm attacking their center, trying to break their center. And rook g4 is attacking my g7 square, and I played g6, which is defended 1, 2, 3 times, so it's very well defended. So here my opponent played queen f4 to attack my h6 pawn, and I'm defending it with my king, and queen f6. So I retreated, and bishop d5. The threat is to take on here, and if I take with the queen. Since my pawn is pinned, I cannot move it. So king h7, and rook h4, which is attacking my h6 pawn. Currently there is no threat, so I took, and they are trying to double the rook. So I again, there is no immediate threat, so I took on e5 and queen f4. Now he is attacking my h6 pawn. So I played g5 move, which is forking their queen and rook, but was a mistake according to engine. Because of that, let me show you. Because of rook takes, and of course you have to take, otherwise you will just lose a pawn for just nothing. And if I move my king, their queen will come to f6, and it will be just game over. So I have to take, and here queen f6. I have to play here or there, but if I play here, they will just come, check, and here, and it's mate. And the other option is to play king h4, but here, check, and here, and it's mate. So that was a blunder. So we will see the continuation on our next video. Since my time